Yo, what's happening with it? We out here, TSR Media, TSR Show. We back at it
Finally,
like
yeah.
a crack addict. And Hector wearing some ring. I ain't never seen Hector wear a ring.
I've
When we
had
was
it on.
clapping, he's rocking a ring and he's wearing jewelry.
I love jewelry though. You know I like jewelry.
Yeah, I never, what I'm saying, that's weird. Anyways, Hector came back from,
COVID. COVID protocol. I had to miss a game. Had
yeah, he had to, COVID-19 list.
yeah, I
And
don't I was able to avoid it, 3 times as far as like being close to someone who had it in the past, but finally got to me. So I'm 3-1
three
against
times.
COVID. Yep.
All right. Well, anyways, COVID aside, you got off the top?
Yeah, I had a quick one. Like, have you ever noticed like in candy, like when it comes to the good flavors, like to you in candy, by the colors, what are like the good flavors?
I never thought about it by colors, but usually if it's pink, I'm gonna like it.
Yeah, like pink, red, or like
Not
blue,
necessarily red, but pink and green. Usually I'm gonna like it.
right?
Yellow, I'm not.
Okay, so I noticed that like a lot of candy companies, they get rid of like the good flavors and colors away from candy and they keep like the shitty ones, like gobstoppers. I had very minimal like red and green gobstoppers, but a lot of yellows and like the purples. They don't do it for me. Or like in runts where they got rid of the hearts
What's wrong
and
with
the red
purple?
cherries and the blue raspberry in runts.
You like the bananas?
I like the bananas, but then they kept the orange. I hate the orange.
Orange is good.
Nah, I don't like the orange.
The green one is the best one.
The lime, nah, the
It's an
heart.
apple.
To me,
I
the
think it's
heart one
apple.
is good. The pink heart one. If you
Yeah.
talking about pink ones, and they took those away. So
Yeah.
I just get mad about that.
All right. Well, that's a weird off the top. My off the top is so I was wondering. I'm watching football and I'm wondering my brain is exercising how to manipulate the game in a way where you can take advantage of the rules. And maybe this could be a rule. I don't know. Someone please inform me. But I was thinking about when you punt the ball, how to get the ball back without being it a fake. So my off the top was what if you have your gunner get all the way down there, block his eyes while the ball is there? You're not touching him. Block his eyes, basically interfering with the guy without actually touching him. So when the ball like is finally like about to come, you move out the way and it either hits him or he can't catch it to where it's a fumble. You know what I'm saying?
I get that, but then you also like someone else on the gunner would have the responsibility of telling the gunner to get away. Cause also too, like sometimes they get close to where it's like it'd be like here and like the ball's already there. They gotta know it's coming too to get out of the way. Cause if it touches them, then
Well, I know it's
that's
one of those things where
it's got to be well
it's
planned.
one of those
Like
things
well
where
planned.
okay, so like if you're trying to block a shot from someone that's taller than you, well, you're not gonna block the shot, but you could cover his eyes.
Yeah, yeah.
You could
No,
put
I
your
get
hands
what
up
you're
to cover his
saying.
eyes. Now you don't know when they're gonna shoot the ball or if they're gonna pass it or pump fake it, but you're basically, covering their eyes. Yeah, you might not know or whatever, but I'm wondering like that's one of the things I was thinking about. Like, what if like maybe it's illegal to do that? I don't know, but that's one of the things
That's
where
something I
like
gotta look up.
I would be doing that shit 24/7.
Well, because they do get like close, but I don't even think you could talk shit to them anymore. Because they used to get like real close and talk shit to like try and distract them.
Yeah, I don't
I'm
know.
getting tired of like the like honestly like the taunting penalties and shit. Like I miss it. I feel like football's way better with shit talk. Like when you see it, I don't know. Like let them have it. It's a physical ass game.
Taunting like Chase Claypool. You hear what happened to him?
Oh my god! Yeah, on Thursday night he had one of the stupidest. Is that you or me?
That's you.
No, that was weird. Yeah, dude, that was And I think the worst part about it is how he threw the lineman like under the bus, like tried to blame the lineman like if he had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
That was the worst part of it, was the fact that he put that on his, like, nah, bro, you fucked up. Like, what are you doing?
Exactly. What are you doing?
He is just, he's one of those players that, hey, up to this point, like, you think he's just tired of like, you think like the Steelers as a whole, like they teammates and wise, like, do you think they believe in Ben? You think they just kind of like, all right.
I think they're past the whole do we believe in Ben? They believe in Ben. It's more so we ain't got nobody else. They're like let's look at our options.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
Hey, let's just keep chucking. Like,
yeah, no, it's kind of like
just don't win these last few games. It's we want a chance.
it's like yeah, it's like kind of having an ugly girlfriend and then you got two girls that kind of like are feeling you and they're even uglier and you're like, well,
yeah, like,
what can I do?
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's only gonna get worse. It's only gonna get worse for me.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm not willing to take this risk right now. Maybe next year.
Kyle Pickett.
The
fake slide, Kyle Pickett. Which that was another one
That
of those
was-
things.
that was
like
clean.
manipulating the rules type of deal.
Yeah,
I'm
because
all about manipulating rules.
But you got a little. Yeah, that was clean, and I'm surprised not a lot of other people have seen it, or have tried it, because the defender also is like he's already laying off before you even slide. Like that was clean.
Don't get me wrong.
Bryce Young.
If I'm a defender, I'm pissed off about it. But
Yeah.
if he manipulated it.
Yeah. And he was clean too. Like the dude just left him going. Like, all right. Now that was
Now in
it.
slow motion, it looked hella fake. Like, but when you're watching it in real time, it's not that bad.
No. You would think he'd get like lower when they were talking about it. How like when it first came out. Well, and then also you have Bryce Young winning the Heisman, Alabama QB.
He won the. I'm not paying attention to anything. A Heisman already got announced.
Yeah.
Okay, well, congrats. I need to tap into the college
I could be
college
wrong,
players
but
because yeah, I don't know.
I could have sworn he did.
Yeah, I don't.
That's his name, right?
I mean, I didn't. Anyways,
Go ahead.
because it's draft season for the Raiders. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I'm just letting you know.
But anyways, what do we want to start at? Let's start off with the Cowboys and the Washington Redskins. And please do not keep this.
Yeah, he won the Heisman.
Please do not overtake the show with like everything Cowboys. Just say what you got to say and talk to us.
All right. I'll just go on a rant and then we'll just leave it at that. Like I don't really want to spend too much time on him either. All right. So I've been watching the past few weeks, obviously.
Okay, well that about does it for the Cowboys.
And yeah, it does. No, but in all seriousness, where do I start? You've obviously, when it comes to the Cowboys, the past few weeks, what you've seen is like in the beginning, after the Patriots game, they seem to have lost their identity on offense. And people were crediting that to the injuries and the people that were missing, and which was all fine and dandy. It was credible for the first 2 weeks. But now you have everyone back, and maybe it's not all clicking. And at first we were talking about offensive line, then we were just talking about drop passes. But now that I've like really taken a step back and looking at it objectively, might I say, at this point, Dakota Rain Prescott is just playing like garbage. he's just playing like total shit. Poor decision making. His anticipation is just not there. He's missing throws. Now, I want to say that it is a slump, but it's just right now his completion percentage has just completely gone down, especially how they started in the first few games. You're allowed, like at that point, we know that teams are gonna have a nice little slump. Now,
Can't be slipping in December.
You can't, and that's the thing is, I've always said I want to see how they play in the last 3 games, because at this point it's like, for the most part, if you win this weekend, you're more than likely you're going in the playoffs. You're winning the division. But you have to be playing really good ball. They've gone away from running the ball. And on the other hand, too, I'm getting to a point where every time I turn the Cowboys on and Ezekiel Elliott is out on the field, I'm just like, here we go again. Like,
Zeke.
It's just going to be I don't even think he's broken 100 yards since the Panthers game.
No?
I don't believe so.
Let me see. Keep talking.
But at this point, Dak, you need to get your head out of your ass, dog. Like, you're just playing. You're playing bad now. You at this point, there's no excuses. Now, your mental clock might be off because of the offensive line issues, and you are playing a sense of musical chairs. But if you're that dude, and you want to take that challenge, now credit to Dak, he's also he is putting it on himself. So it's not like he doesn't notice this or he's just trying to brush it off.
But that is that is pointless. Heck. That is
that's
like,
what I'm telling you.
That shouldn't even be said. It doesn't matter. Like, obviously they're gonna
he's just playing like trash.
Yeah.
At this point, but at the same time, coaching on the other hand is you had a healthy Tony Pollard for like the past 3 weeks, and at this point you know what Ezekiel is. He's banged up. He has no burst.
So he had 110 yards the following game, but ever since he has not cracked. The highest total he got was the game after, which was 69. Mm-hmm. After that was 50, 51, 41, 32, 25,
average.
45, 45.
And he goes back a lot more than he goes forward. I'm telling you. So
hey, come on. What else? What else?
But what I was saying is, on just coaching as well, you had a healthy Tony Pollard for the past few weeks, right? And this is what pissed me off about the Washington game. When Tony Pollard was there, nice and healthy, ready to give you something. Now, he needs a few reps too. Now, Pollard, on the other hand, he needs a few reps to warm up, and then he gives you that breakaway play. Like, I'd rather give it to him, 20 times, and he has one or two breakaway plays where it's real dynamic. And you weren't putting them in. Coaches, this is on you, Kellen Moore or Mike McCarthy, on whoever it is. You weren't putting him in and giving him the reps. Now he's hurt with the foot issue, and now they were taking Ezekiel out a lot more. And I saw Clement in there, who you haven't seen all year, in there a lot more because of Pollard's injury. So that's just another thing that was just like, what the fuck? Like, only use Ezekiel if you need to on your third down and like 1 and 2. But at the same time, Dak, you need to put your team in the best position to win, especially because of the way your defense is playing right now. If it's not for this defense, like Dan Quinn, look, we credited Kellen Moore in the first part of the season. You got to credit Dan Quinn in the second part of the season for turning this defense around. It's doing what it has to do, what a defense has to do. Now, I'm not saying they're top 10 or anything like that, but right now, when it comes to it, they're doing what they have to do. What's killing them, and their numbers would be a lot better, honestly, is if the offense was playing at the way it was playing in the beginning.
How'd Anthony Brown do?
In this past game?
Mm-hmm.
He had 2 missed INTs right in his back. I mean, one was a tough one, but
There's a stat I read that was the most passes deflected in the NFL this year, and he was on that list, which is not necessarily a good. It's not necessarily just because you're on that list. Not necessarily means you're a good cornerback. It just means that they're not throwing to your opposition and they're throwing more to you.
Right.
You're being attacked. You know, like I said, quarterbacks do not throw at good cornerbacks. You know.
Right.
So, anyways, anything else about the Cowboys?
That was just it. Like I said, watch how they play the last 3 games.
They did have the highest. I don't know if you know heard on
Highest
Thanksgiving. They had the highest rated,
Most watched.
the most watched regular season game since like the 90s.
Yeah, like 90.
It was like Super Bowl type of numbers.
Yeah.
90 or 91 or something like that.
That was a big friend. That was a big game, and I was pissed off in that game too. This offense is playing like shit.
So
bro,
here's
it starts with Dak.
So here's what I'm thinking when it comes to that. So it's because it's on Thanksgiving and it's prime time, and it's America's team, and then another team with like a big international
Raider
fan
Nation.
base.
Yeah.
It's two big fan bases, so I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised that
So-
we lost though too on Thanksgiving. Dak has only
I'm
won
surprised
once
they
in-
won.
No, Dak has only won one game in
But here's what I'm thinking. Here's what I'm thinking by that doing its numbers is you know how there's a 17th game? Run that shit back next year. Run it back for that 17th game, because that 17th game is just a random game. You know that, right?
Oh,
The NFL
okay,
handpicks.
yeah.
The NFL handpicks whoever. Like this year was the Bears. Like
Right.
the Raiders played the Bears. So let's run that shit back next year on Thanksgiving.
Like Raiders and
Yeah, Raiders and Cowboys.
That would be dope.
I mean,
honestly,
look, why not? They did numbers.
Yeah,
They did numbers. It was a close game, you know.
And the thing about it is that's who you kind of would think of like having. What if it was like the Thanksgiving game every year now?
Yeah.
Them, or it would be like the Steelers, because the Steelers have a big
Or the Patriots. Speaking of which, I say this because you know Joy Taylor.
yeah.
Okay, so there was
From Colin Cowherd.
most loyal fan bases via bookie.com. Number 1 was the Cowboys. Number 2 was the Colts. 3 the Eagles. 4
Really, the Colts too?
Yeah, the Colts.
That's weird.
Or Santa Clara is number 4. Don't know how. Don't know
You
how.
can see that.
Don't know how Santa Clara has such a loyal fan base. But they're 4th on there. Basically, I disagree with this list. Patriots are 11, but Joy Taylor said Steelers are an international brand, and the Raiders have fans in 3 cities. That's just commenting. That's like pulling a rabbit out of your ass. That's very uninformed.
Yeah. That's almost like your opinion.
It's no, like the Raiders are easily a top 5 fan base when it comes.
Top 3.
Yeah, when it comes to like the NFL, especially in the like the hip hop community too, and overseas.
Where are the Jets on that? Honestly, you see more of.
I disagree with this. Like as soon as I saw like 49ers 4, Texans are 6.
They're too brand new. I don't think a lot of people are Texans fans.
Where are the Jets? The Jets are.
Oh, they're way down there. LA is the last.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's true because
And the
a lot of people
Buccaneers.
just. That's
That's not true. I can't see the Steelers 22. How are the most
Yeah.
loyal fan bases? Steelers 22. We got Joe who fucking swears and dies by Big Ben.
Yeah.
Like,
I would say like top 5. It would be not in order, but it'd be Cowboys, Raiders, Steelers, Packers,
Patriots.
I guess in this era would be Patriots, but I would also put like Niners up there. You have a lot of Niners fans.
Yeah, Niners.
Because of the 90s, though, too. So.
So, anything stand out to you this week? Anything else stand out to you?
As far as NFL?
Mm-hmm.
What'd you think about, like, Kyler Murray last night and the Cardinals going up against the Rams?
I think it was just time for the Rams to win. It was time for OBJ to keep scoring touchdowns and then do the impersonations of the guns.
Yeah, the Detroit guy?
Yeah, is that where he's from?
Yeah, you haven't seen that combat, dude?
Well, I don't know where he's from, but I know who you're talking about, yeah.
Yeah, like the self-defense dude? Yeah, but I don't know. I felt like the Cardinals, in a way, look, it's a divisional game. We all know that. It's gonna be a tough game on both sides of the ball. I think one thing that the Rams said this go around was, we're not gonna let you run the ball all over us. Now, James Conner was also doing work against the Rams, but for the most part, they were able to kind of control the run side of the ball. Late in the game, though, it's crazy. They got the onside kick, and you think about it, it's just I feel like he pulled a McCarthy. Kingsbury pulled a McCarthy in late game situational ball. I felt like. Let me tell you why. I think even if you had the chance to win, look, throughout the game, it was a good game. Kyler Murray doesn't throw touchdowns. Now, doesn't throw a single touchdown. 2 picks. And they were on the 1 yard line twice. Was it 2 or 3 times?
I don't know.
It was something like that. 4th and goal. They go 4th and goal. Get stopped. Now, at this point, I understand going for it early in the game. I think they went for it once in the first quarter, ended up getting stopped. But I think on the next one, once they kind of stop you on 3rd and goal, I think you take those points late in the game, when even though you had a chance to win the game. Look, it's not over, right? This is football. But I would have kicked the field goal with more than a minute to have and give myself my chance on the onside kick regardless. But I would have taken it earlier and then tried the onside kick, because if it turns out they get it, well, at that point in time, if they get it, you have over a minute and a half. You have no timeouts left. You have over like a minute and a half about there to still move methodically down the field and score a touchdown. Yeah. Go for that touchdown. Tie the game up. You go into overtime at that point. And I think it was just a mismanagement at that point.
But in that game, you're rooting for the Rams, right?
Me, yes. I was very happy because I actually turned it on late.
I was rooting for the Rams because I've become now a temporary Packers fan. So my Packers are back as a number 1 seed. And then the AFC, I'm a temporary. Temporary.
The Packers.
Yeah, my Packers. And then in the AFC, temporary Patriots fan. Hashtag anybody but the Chiefs, actually. But yeah, so my Packers are back atop at the number 1 seed. The God, broken toe, fractured toe, 9 toes, Aaron Rodgers, split toe, Aaron Rodgers. They're back at the number 1 seed, and they take care of the Bears because he owns them.
Yeah. Hey, the Bears, it was looking a little shaky throughout that game.
It was.
But then Aaron Rodgers he's like that one quarterback that he's got it.
Yeah.
It's just like, all right.
He's definitely got it. But look, let's just go hop on over to the AFC. Who is the team to beat in the AFC?
Right now, I mean, I'd probably say the Patriots or the Bills, honestly.
The Bills?
They put up a fight up against the Bucks. Now, like we
said, the Bills are like 7 seed.
But no one else scares me besides
What about?
Patriots
Hey,
and Bills.
what about? Can I entertain you with a low key, the Titans?
Wow.
I know they lost Derrick Henry, but
They haven't gone down the hole at all. But also, too, who've they played in the last 3 games
okay,
or 4 games?
So they just beat the Jags 20-0.
Their
They
defense
lost.
is for real.
They lost. They lost to the Patriots. They lost to the Patriots 36-13. They beat the they lost to the Texans 22-13. But prior to that, they beat the Saints, and then they beat the Rams, and they beat the Colts. They play the Steelers this week. Just low key.
That's your dark horse?
I'm not saying that's my dark horse. I'm just pulling a team out of the hat right
I
now.
think
You don't believe
Bengals
in
have
them?
a chance. No, I would go with more so Bengals than Titans on my end. I think the Bengals, I feel like they're brewing something up there. Because before that, I mean, we thought the Browns were gonna throw. Did you see the Browns?
Now the Bengals just lost to the 49ers in overtime.
Yeah, in overtime though. That's what I'm saying. They got a good young team. I don't think they're gonna like go crazy this year and make it a Super Bowl, but I think they're building something great over there in Cincinnati. I think that
They got a good defense.
well, and also
Jamar Chase.
they just need to build that line now, man. With Joe Burrow, I
Best
like
quarterback.
Burrow. I like Burrow. I'm a fan of Burrow.
Best quarterback in the AFC. But how about we give props to Baker? You know, Baker, he may or may not field. You know,
I mean, at the season,
he's playing hurt. He's playing hurt. Now, they beat the Ravens 24-22.
Well, Lamar did go out in that game though too.
Yeah, he did.
So I mean, that's a big factor in as because.
But him going out, is that better? Dare I say better?
Well, I don't because who was their backup?
Huntley. That black dude.
Brett Hundley?
No, not Brett Hundley. It's like
it's like nobody.
Huntley.
So.
Huntley. He had a good game.
No, but the dude they had before last year, the little white dude.
He was white.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was white.
Yeah, he ain't there.
He had thrown clean, like he was throwing the ball real nice. Well, the thing is with the Ravens, it honestly
They're kind of frauds.
they are frauds, but like if you have someone who can pass and not necessarily run,
Yeah.
but also like game manager as a backup, all you need someone to complete passes. It doesn't really. It almost helps you in a way as the Ravens if Lamar goes down.
So what about the Chiefs?
You could see they're kind of finding their stride, but I think
Are they?
also beat they beat teams that we thought were good on their stretch. And if they beat a good team, it was more so that team lost to. They didn't beat them. The other team lost themselves.
So the defense is playing. It's on a roll. They allow 9 points to the Raiders, 9 points to the Broncos, 9 points to the Cowboys, 14 to the Raiders, 7 to the Packers, 17 to the Giants, and then that's when they lost to the Chiefs. I mean to the Titans. But let's take a look at. They're stacking the win list, but are they passing the eye test?
Me personally, no. Because like I said, I think they beat teams that we thought were good that aren't really that good. All those teams that you named,
or they beat teams that were like.
Think about it. Look at their last 3 games. Like honestly, like we're looking at their last 3 games. It was Broncos, Raiders, and Cowboys, right?
Raiders, yeah.
All 3 of those teams are playing like shit right now in the grand scheme of things. So it wasn't a matter of like they they are kind of finding their stride, but it's like you're also beating bad competition at that moment.
I think they gave them when they were down and out. When they were down and out, it all started with
The win against the Raiders, huh?
no. It all started with that win against the Packers. The Giants could have beat them, but the win against the Packers with Aaron Rodgers just missing the fucking game. That was the one that was like
That was
my Packers could have put them out of their fucking misery, but Aaron Rodgers didn't play on my Packers.
That is true. Because if Aaron Rodgers plays in that game,
they're not losing.
They don't lose, and honestly, you dig that hole even. Yeah, but then also too, you go up against the Cowboys, Raiders, and Broncos. It's like they more than likely they're supposed to win those games.
But
at this moment in time, knowing what we know now.
But maybe, but they instilled confidence within themselves. The defense,
right?
The defense gained confidence, is what I'm saying.
Which is crazy because it's no Aaron Rodgers. If Aaron Rodgers is there, you don't instill that confidence.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That is a good one.
Okay.
I can see that. But also, moving on now, seems like you're on into NBA season.
NBA, let's go. NBA season. Let's go. I am mentally checked out when it comes to football. NBA season, we got a new 3-point king.
Talk to me.
Steph Curry passes Ray Allen for the most 3-pointers in the history of all time. As Hector spills some beer. Will this record ever be broken?
I think at some point it will. I feel like every record is meant to be broken.
I don't think so.
And that
there's records that won't be broken. I agree with that. At some point, records will be broken, but there's certain records you will never touch. Like Wilt averaging 50 fucking points in a season. You think we're gonna see that in the NBA? We're never gonna see that, bro.
Yeah,
we're never gonna see that.
Well, and even if someone does beat the record, I don't think no one beats it. The thing is, we don't know what the record is gonna go beyond this.
It's gonna go way
beyond.
Yeah.
He hit the amount of time that he was able to beat the record is like literally he's still in his prime. I feel so. Well, after that injury, like now he's kind of had a few injuries, but right now he's still in his he's still got years on him, especially the way the NBA is playing.
Yeah.
So how many total does he have?
2,970 something now.
What do you think is the end? Like, what do you think his record is?
He might go over 4,000.
I was thinking about 5,500.
He might touch 5K. I don't know.
I think he's gonna double that. Like, if you really think about it,
what is he? I think he's 33 right now. Say he plays until he's 5 more years. Say he plays until he's 38, right?
I think he plays until 5 more years.
Say he might play until his 40s, but at that point he's coming off the bench, spot up shooter. But I'm saying peak Curry. Peak Curry.
For another 3 years, I think you get
4 years, another 4 years.
Okay.
Say 4 years.
4 years.
So he averages well past 300 every year.
Okay. So, by the end of this year, let's say he's at 3,100. By the end of the season.
Okay.
About 3,100. In the next 4 years, if he averages 300, that's 1,200. So you're at 4,300 right there. Now, if he plays another 4 years.
2 years. Say 2 years.
Okay, 2 years after that, let's say his average drops to
200.
200.
That's 400.
You're at 4,700. I think he would go for that 5K. He'd be like, I don't give a fuck if I just spot up.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard for him to get 5K. He would have got it. He would have got it if he wouldn't have got hurt this past.
That's what I'm saying. I think that barring injury, though, I think he hits the 5K. If he even then, no one's gonna touch ever like maybe. No one's ever gonna touch 3K. I don't think. No way.
Mm-hmm.
No way. No way. You think they'll ever have a 4-point shot though?
Nah, I don't think that'll ever happen. Ever.
You think it should happen because of Curry? Like the amount of shot, like honestly,
What?
his shot is literally like I don't think you can practice that. He just has it. He has the shot. Because if you think about it, this is how I think about it when it comes to NBA players, right? Is with NBA players, like each NBA player has like a skill that they master, like a certain shot or a technique or a way to get through. And depending on these skills, especially with a lot of athletes, depending on this skill, it could either like diminish like the way you affect the ball game with that skill the older you get. So if you're more of a dribble like a Kyrie Irving, driving it in and everything, you're gonna put more wear and tear on your body.
You mean if you rely on your athleticism?
No, so hear me out.
If you're a player that relies on your athleticism, your game isn't gonna evolve much.
Right, like
that's why I prefer skill players over. That's why I prefer skill players.
Right.
Because that's. Go ahead.
So what I'm saying is, like each one, like a Shaq, right? We'll never see another player like Shaq because what he did as a big man,
he was just bigger than everybody else.
He was just bigger than everybody, but it also helped him like along his career. It also it was something that we saw, right? But like hear what I'm saying with a Curry, his shot is so dynamic and it's so spot on and it's such a gift to where even if he plays into his 40s, he could still average 300 every time. Half the time he doesn't even dribble past the half court. He'll just shoot it.
Yeah, I always wondered. That's the tricky situation with like a Klay Thompson and like a Steph Curry. What they're gonna be like when they're old, because players who usually play into like their 40s, like a Dirk, late 30s, are people that can shoot. You don't see like
Ray
people,
Allen played till he was 40, right?
I don't know, but he played for a very long time. You don't see that many people like that are basically like not all into like skills, can't learn to shoot, can't not knowing how to shoot, play that late into their career.
Yeah, and that's the thing. His skill is so high where even if you just need him to be a spot up, well, that's when the younger guys take over and they're driving it in. So you can't really double Steph if he's just standing in the either way, I'm gonna get my shot off, dog. You know what I mean?
So anyways, Warriors, a real championship team. It's funny, I see how a real team carries themselves, compared to the Raiders, number 1 seed, best record in the league. And Klay Thompson's on the way back. You know what I'm saying? Klay Thompson hasn't even stepped on the court. When is he scheduled
to come back?
He's scheduled to come back here within the next couple of weeks.
What if they had Monte Ellis back? I remember when you were so hurt over Monte Ellis. Damn,
yeah, I was hurt.
You were just like, blah. That was the original Splash Brothers.
Yeah, Monte Ellis.
You think ever like Seth Curry will ever play with Steph Curry?
They played at one point. He started his career with the Warriors, but they didn't keep him. But maybe they might. I don't know.
He's evolved as a player.
He's a good player. He's the best 3-point shooter of all time when it comes to 3-point percentage.
Like he has a higher percentage.
Yeah, than anybody in the league. But yeah. Last thing on Steph is he's gonna go down as our generations, him and LeBron, like our generations, like
MJ.
I don't want to say MJ, but like that era, like yeah, I
Yeah.
guess MJ. Like MJ was MJ in the '90s, Larry Bird and
That's what I'm
Magic
saying. Yeah,
Johnson in
yeah.
the '80s, and then
Like
Julius
Tom
Erving
Brady in the
and
NFL.
Wilt Chamberlain. Like what's gonna be the league now without once players like that, like LeBron and Steph leave, um, you know,
I think it's gonna open your eyes to more players because there is a lot of skilled players in the NBA. I feel like because
there's
you still have KD, you still got like
yeah, I'm saying, but he'll be gone too. I'm saying after all of them.
there's always someone though.
There
That's
is,
a dynamic player.
there's
That's
always
fun to
someone.
watch too.
There's always someone, but yeah, Steph. It's funny because Steph changed the game. He changed the game.
That's why I'm not okay. I'm not saying that he is MJ, but like when you think of like MJ impact on the game, I think that's where Steph is like MJ. He really did affect how we like. You have people that don't even like the Warriors watch the Warriors because of Steph. That's kind of how it was with MJ.
And
It
that's
was-
what's going on right now.
Yeah,
So this was the most expensive ticket tonight, average cost at Madison Square Garden in New York, ever in their history.
because they knew they
Ever.
It was broken.
And if you tune, I'm beginning to love to watch away games when they go to the Eastern Conference specifically with the Warriors, because it's like the Beatles are in town. It's like Michael Jackson is in town. Like everybody is just like, ooh, whenever he has the ball, and everybody just
And he always puts on a show.
yeah, he's the show. He's like
Yeah.
the attraction.
That's how MJ was.
That's how he was. And he's the only player in the league right now that's like that. Like you can't say that about like another player right now. Like he is the hottest ticket right now when it comes to the NBA.
I think that's where, honestly, like, especially if you look at back at it now, that's where Katie fucked up. Like
Yeah, he
leaving the
did.
Warriors like that, like. Sorry, I had to burp. Leaving the Warriors like that, like with as far as with KD there, that team was super dynamic.
Yeah, on a basketball level,
Yes.
he fucked up. Like on a personal level, like it's kind of leaving a job. It's kind of like leaving a job where it's like, yo, like why would you leave this job? Like say you're making all the money you want, X amount, whatever. But then you later you're like, yeah, but I have to drive far as fuck. Yeah, but the manager is, a piece
He's a
of
dick.
shit.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know, yeah, I could go over here where I'm not gonna make as much money, and there's gonna be pros and cons. But yeah, like I don't know what his personal thing was. Some people were saying that maybe he wanted to prove that he could win on his own. Um, and he felt
Yeah.
like he was never gonna win. He was never gonna be as good as Steph. Accepted like Steph. But yeah, on a basketball level, yeah, he fucked up.
But see, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like, okay, even if that you were having that insecurity, bruh, like I can see it. Well, especially now that Scottie Pippen has all kinds of like issues with it, but you could have been that Scottie Pippen to that MJ. Like you're still the ticket.
The thing is with KD when he was on the Warriors, he was the best player.
Yeah, yeah.
He was the
they
best
relied
player.
on him.
But he wasn't.
The attraction.
Yes, he wasn't.
We're not coming for you, but we love watching you.
How would I say it? No, like Warrior fans, like all love KD. They all love KD. Like it's always respect. But like it's the media. Like it's the media. Like like, yes, Kevin Durant, you're the best player, but everybody loves Steph.
Yeah.
I
Steph's gonna finish his career as a Warrior.
or a Hornet. That's what I think. But I think
Him
he's
with
gonna.
LaMelo. Honestly, that'd be nice.
Well,
I like LaMelo.
by the way, the Curry family, the mom and the dad, they're gonna divorce.
yeah, she bad.
So I didn't know. Like I said, I didn't know if it was true or not. Well, like I'm watching the game today, and like they're not sitting together. Like either the dad is like somewhere else, and then the mom is somewhere else.
Right.
So that kind of like, oh yeah, this is true.
Oh yeah, no, she's bad though. Whew. She hot. She nice.
All right. Well, anyways, it's been 3 weeks, 3 weeks since the 50th anniversary of JFK, the assassination of JFK. And I was watching. I started watching.
Talk to me.
I started watching the JFK movies, and kind of did a deep dive into the whole situation. How familiar are you with the whole situation?
Like as far as Kennedy's sorry, hold on.
With
As
the
far
whole
as, like,
incident that
the
day.
incident. I would pretty aware with it.
Okay. So, what is your theory? Do you think what we know now, that's what it is, cut and dry, shove it away, stick it into the file cabinet?
No, I think there was a massive cleanup on the Kennedys. At that time, like when it came to the Kennedys, if you really think about the Kennedys, they were kind of like the Trumps of back in the day, but on the opposition. So back in the day, they were about like small government, like none of that bullshit, legalizing marijuana, like all this shit that was gonna be like at that time a lot of people were against drug use and shit like that. Also, the Kennedys, they were kind of like also Hollywood in a way. Like Hollywood in a way. So like it was just the whole family. So to me, if you look at the origin as far as like the Kennedys, like a lot of them, yes, JFK was assassinated, and that was like a big because he was the president. He was dope as fuck.
Was he a Democrat or a Republican?
So back in the day, Democrats are what Republicans are now, and Republicans were Democrats. So I don't know where it changed, but I don't know if that was in that era where Democrats and Republicans were the same thing but different name. And so, especially when you look at like how his brother was killed and nobody figured out who killed his brother and all this shit. To me, it was just like an assassination by government officials.
His assassination.
Yeah.
But I know. But what I'm saying, so here's the thing. So, do you believe that Lee Harvey Oswald was the shooter? Or
No.
do you believe those shots were from that building?
No.
So you think there were shots from the front?
Yes. Yes, I think, especially like the whole investigation, it wasn't like a full-on investigation. It's like they had everything. Okay, this is what happened.
And they also took his brain. His brain went missing, but I guess it ended in the hands of the brother. And I guess the story is that the brother didn't want people to for it to be revealed that he was not a healthy person. He was taking a lot of medications. The president.
Yeah.
JFK.
Well, that was the thing. They were big into like the psychedelics, bro. Like he would smoke weed and shit. Like
from what I heard, yeah.
Yeah, he was. That was the whole thing with JFK. Like if that never happened, the world would have been a much better place by this point. He was like about like, yeah, like nah, like equality, all this other shit.
But the mob didn't like him, right?
Because of the unions. He was threatening like everybody get paid the same type shit. Not like everybody get paid the same, but like good wages on everybody and and like, no, we gotta minimize government and all this other shit.
And also the CIA had beef with them, which was the Cubans, right? The Cubans, I guess the CIA was training Cubans on how to fucking kill Fidel Castro, but it could have backfired on Kennedy because I guess he said some or did some that pissed off the CIA and the Cubans. Because remember they were trying to kill Fidel Castro with his beard? Like put poison on that shit? But Fidel Castro, that was one smart motherfucker, blood. He was always one step ahead.
He just didn't trust nobody.
Yeah.
That was the thing.
Yeah.
Nah, that's the thing. Like, people were scared of what America was gonna be with JFK. Just that's why I'm saying, like, in that time,
I think LBJ has something to do with it indirectly.
oh, a lot of government officials, like, dude, think about like the whole investigation. It was like so cut dry. It was just like, this is what happened. Everybody's like, oh, that motherfucker, like fucking Lee Harvey Oswald. What a bitch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was just, that was it. And nobody, like, you looked at it.
Right.
It didn't make sense as far as trajectories, too, where the bullets came from.
And then, so Jackie Ruby kills Oswald on live TV. And it was confirmed or reported that, I don't know if it was up to 70 some people related to that whole situation have died ever since.
Well, and yeah, they're just knocking people off that know some shit. I guess the whole thing also too with like Lee Harvey Oswald. I want to say that he was also
talk.
Yeah, he was also talking about like, because they would go into him and like go in there to visit him in jail and shit, and he was kind of like starting to like trying to flip the page because basically he was used as a pawn, and he agreed to it in the beginning.
And there was a lot of shit that fucked up, bro. The most powerful person at the time dies, fucking is killed by supposedly Lee Harvey Oswald, and there's no transcripts of like his interview or anything like that.
Yeah, no everything is gone.
Yeah,
that's why it's just like, because dog, if you looked at what he was about to do, dog, like nowadays you look back on it, it's like, just if JFK, man, if he would have just finished his last 6 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he would have just finished his last 6 years, he would have changed so much shit.
And then have you seen the picture of LBJ getting sworn in, and then the first lady, the Kennedy, Jackie Kennedy? Is that her name? Whatever. Standing right next to him, bloody dress. Like the moments after he died, like she's there, like because he's being sworn in an oath, right? Because someone has to like be the president, and she's like there standing next to him, like hella like, hey, all right, let me change at least.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
nah, that was just I don't believe Lee Harvey did it. I think he knew about it.
I think I don't know. I don't think those shots. Okay, so there's also the 4-bullet theory.
Right.
They want to stick with 3 bullets.
But a fourth bullet had hit somewhere on the statue or something, right?
But a 4th bullet, the government doesn't want to acknowledge it because it would start a conspiracy theory. Like it wouldn't go with their narrative because then people would question shit like, whoa, like. Because there was a 4th bullet that apparently, when he dies, his head goes back, right? Mm-hmm. His head goes back, right? Mm-hmm. It's just...
And they were saying that the bullet, but also too, like the bullet was like at this angle instead of this angle if it came from the back. Oh. Instead of this angle if it would have came from the back.
And then the other dude also got shot. The governor, remember he got shot too, but he recovered. I know, it's crazy. What y'all think?
Speaking on that presidential talk, you hear about that Nancy Reagan?
Nah, talk to me.
Giving the best.
She's still alive?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
supposedly
tell us.
She be coming out and they said as far as like presidents' wives that she would give the best head not only in Hollywood but in the office too. So that she probably, I'm just saying, Reagan didn't have to spend a whole lot for his campaign. You know what I'm saying? He probably just went around like, hey, go ahead and get me these
So
votes.
she's trending. So
Yeah, she.
according to Kelly's biography, Nancy
Mhm.
Reagan was renowned in Hollywood for performing oral sex. Just say yes, Nancy. In the days when she was Nancy Davis. Wait.
This was before she was Reagan's wife
Was known to give the best blowjob in town, not only in the evening, but
in the office.
in offices. That was one of the reasons that she was very popular on the MGM lot. I must have made her popular with Ronnie as well. So she used to be a hoe, is that what it was?
Well, she just gave she was the back in the day, what's that chick, the throat, what's her name?
Superhead?
Superhead. She was the superhead of that era. Like, people were talking about it, and so it sparked the question of like, so do conservatives give the best head?
She died in 2016.
Was she a piece? Let me see. Like, look at her. Like, back in the
Like,
day.
was she bad?
Yeah. Like, let me see. Back in the day. No, back in the day. Wait, like at that time. I mean, hey, not bad, right? At this point,
You know what's funny? You know what's funny? I think back in the day, for some reason,
mm-hmm.
like it wasn't cool or looked at cool to suck dick. Like it wasn't like or like blowjobs. Like how would I say this? Like
You don't think that was a standard?
hold
Go
on.
ahead,
This
go
is what
ahead.
I gotta say. This is what I say. It's more so like it was. I feel like it was more frowned upon, as where now everybody's like, I suck dick. Like all the bitches are like, I suck dick. I suck that shit good. And don't fucking cut out a clip of me fucking just saying that shit. By the way, uh, I'm just quoting here.
I'm editing this
Yeah,
week.
yeah. But like they're like, it's like they're proud of it. But like,
Well,
as we're like back in the day, it's more like, wait, it was more undercover freak, I feel like.
well, you got to think about it though. Okay, this is what I'm gonna say. I think more women back in the day suck dick more than women now.
You okay? Why is that?
Because if you think about like back in the day, it was real like Christian. So like having sex was real sacred back in the day. That's why you saw a lot of people. It's like when they were high school sweethearts, they stuck together for such a long time. But that didn't mean like before then, like they were like sacred about giving up their pussy, but they were like, I'll suck your dick though.
Nah, I think there's more hoes in the 2020s, 2010s.
No, that's what
way
I'm
more
saying.
than that there was in the 80s, 70s, 60s. Y'all let us know if you grew up in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. Was there more hoe? Did it feel like was you a hoe? You know what I'm saying? Like, was you a hoe? And do you feel like there was more hoes back in the day than there is now?
You don't think there was more hoes? Like, it's just real quick. Like, you got to think back in the day, they had a lot more kids though too.
Yeah, yeah, but still though, I
Because and the thing is like it was such a smaller like town though too. Not a lot of people were
wait.
that
So
going.
like, are you assuming that everybody that has kids suck dick?
No. What I'm saying is
Is that what you're saying?
no. What I'm saying is like back in the day, it
So you
was
don't think
more.
that's the case?
No. I think back in the day, what I'm saying is, back in the day, the girls used to give more head than they gave out their pussy. Whereas nowadays,
Why we gotta say it like that? Why you
oh
gotta say it
shit,
like
my
that?
bad. I mean, they gave out their sacred vagina,
Yeah.
but like nowadays, they're giving out the vag and the head a lot more. They doubled
The
up on
oral.
the oral. They doubled up from like the 60s. They were like, oh, you know, because back in the day it was a lot more Christian and it was a
Yeah,
lot
but
more.
like, can you think about it? Like, does your mind ever think like 1900s, 1800s? Like, what do you say? Like, what is it term? Like, ooh, yeah, I'm about to, I'm about to put my mouth on your, you know what I'm saying?
Like how did the freak talk come about?
Or like, was there anything like that? Like, who was the
Would you
first
like me
one?
to suck your dick, sir?
Like, who was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, who was the first one to,
I wondered if they even called it a dick back in the day, like in the medieval
yeah, like you're
times.
John or something.
Yeah, like
Johnson.
how about you put your mouth on my John?
Yeah.
Like
Why do
that
you
was
say it like in that accent? Like,
because that's more English about it. I
yeah.
feel like.
Well, how'd you think the Mexican said it?
I don't know. That's weird too. 'Cause I mean, think about like my grandma and shit. Like I don't know. Like don't ask me about that. That's why I thought of the English shit. Like,
Like, you just
my
make
grandma
sure,
just popped in my head. Like, what did you say, John?
like, did she suck dick?
Oh no, tell me you had 16 kids. Like,
And he's thinking, like, did she ever at one point wrapped her lips around a Johnson?
bro, I'm, bro. Like that's what I'm saying. My grandma had 16 kids. She had to. I mean, she my grandma, but she probably gave some good head too. Like to have 16 kids, bro.
Or your mom?
Like that's just crazy.
Our
Like,
parents, like,
yeah, I can't think of that. Like, mom, do y'all ever done that? Y'all just keep it missionary.
and then dude's like, yeah, you got that right.
Yeah, like that's what I always wondered too. Is like, damn, like, do y'all do that shit? Nowadays, I just feel like they just kind of the women out there. They're like very open freaks.
Oh, most of them are very open, like
Like
OnlyFans.
I do anal. And I'm
Yeah.
like, whoa, girl, like
Yeah,
I wasn't asking.
Yeah. Exactly.
But
Well,
yeah.
anything else other than rest in peace?
To the GOAT, the actual GOAT, greatest of all time, El Chente Vicente Fernandez passes away at the age of 81.
And Carmen Salinas
And Carmen Salinas
and Demarius Thomas
and Demarius Thomas. All three of them.
and the
rest in
Raiders
peace.
football season.
And the Raiders football. I used to. May they rest in peace, man. A lot of family members lost someone good this week too. Also, just be thankful y'all woke up today, and we're able to see, walk, hear, taste. I can't taste.
Oh, you still can't taste?
Hell nah. It sucks, bro. I'm trying not to eat something good.
It's a lot of people out there that like wish they had more, thinking they got less. And then sometimes we fall into that category where me and you, we already homeowners.
Yeah.
Me and you, we're already, I guess, vehicle owners,
Yeah.
car owners. We already getting paid,
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
You got a
blessing.
family. Like, life is good. What more can you ask for?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you just got to keep working and
It's people out there who are on a wheelchair. They need people to take care of them. They are blind or can't hear. You know what I'm saying?
Or working 3-4 jobs right now. They're working
Yeah.
while you watching YouTube
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah,
While we're doing this show.
yeah, or or a Raider fans.
Yep. I thought we were being serious. For a
Some
minute.
people. I am serious.
Well, that kind of killed the mood right there. Everybody was like starting to cheer up, and it was like, yeah, yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't no fan base got it worse.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
I don't know Cowboys right now. I'm a little pissed off,
whatever.
but
Well, yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's
just be blessed, man. Like bless you able to live another day, regardless of the situation.
health is everything.
Everything is, someone always got it worse than you. And
Yeah.
so with the holidays coming up, just be thankful for everybody you have around you too. Those that are really in your circle though too.
Yeah. And stop with the whole I'm gonna wait till next year. 2022 is my year.
Yeah.
We've been about this action
Yeah.
way before.
Yeah.
Don't wait till the next year. Don't let that be an excuse.
It's
It's,
just like it's
it's cliche.
yeah. We've been at it for years.
All the gym memberships are going up in January.
Yeah, for real. If you're gonna do it, just do it.
Yeah, like why you gotta wait?
Start right now.
Why you gotta wait for the next year? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, next month I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, you're just buying yourself more time. And then like
Yeah.
January comes around. Well, just New Year's just happened.
Yeah.
Trying to, I'm gonna drink one more weekend.
Yeah. Next year I'm gonna find me a boo. I'm gonna stop talking to my ex. You know what I'm saying? Like, why the fuck did you have to wait? Why'd you have to wait till 2022, bro?
Yeah, that was like what you thought. Like, all right,
Yeah.
by 2022, this is what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, it's
Just keep working, man, and keep chasing it. Don't worry about that years. If you really want something, go out there and get it. Manifestation is for real.
Yeah, and we out here rocking like a cutoff stocking, and we out